Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Convo. Today we'll be discussing the 7th and final issue of Max Landis' Superman, American Alien. You damn bum snatches! Well, we made it. 7 whole issues of Max Landis' Superman, American Alien. This is it. This is the final issue. This is the other cornerstone or the other important point in Clark's life in the creation of Superman. What'd you think?
I thought it was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
It's different than I thought the final issue was going to be. I thought it was going to go back
same thing. Yeah.
to Lex Luthor as
what I
being
thought.
like the final villain.
Yeah.
So it also kind of left me with like, is he going to continue with this? It's kind of left it room for more. You know? It left like room for like wanting more, room to like. It seemed like they would continue with the storyline. I mean, like he established like new versions of characters and stuff, like a new type of Lois, a new type of Jimmy, and they also like started off this thing with him and Batman, him and Lex. So I felt like. I don't know if he's planning anything else in the future with that. I know he's doing.
There's rumors. I mean, there's rumors that DC might want him back. You know, a lot of people want the Max Landis universe to like do it. Do Green Lantern? Do all these? Do Batman? Yeah, it's the same thing with me. Like, it was weird. Like in my head, I was like, okay, so the 7th issue is gonna kind of culminate everything. You know, it's probably gonna be a Lex issue, or is it gonna be like Superman at full power? So when I read the issue and it was Lobo, I was like, I was not expecting Lobo to be
I wasn't either.
a character in the 7th issue, and I was not expecting it to be that open ended. Yeah, because it kind of felt like, Lois says I love you, and there's these parts, but it still felt like it needed to continue, which was interesting because I thought he would be like, okay, and this is the most important part and the end, and you get the rest of the story. But this, I felt like I wanted more, especially after seeing that fight with Lobo. I thought that was interesting on how much Superman, the character, was the kind of the good cop. He's like, look, I don't want to hurt you. You don't have to hurt these people. And Lobo's like, who do you think you are? Like, you think you're in control? You think I'm like these other people? And us as readers know what kind of character Lobo is. So it's funny to see Superman kind of just talk to Lobo and knowing like Lobo does not play that. Like he's gonna want to fight. And did they fight? I mean, what did you think of the fight with Lobo and Superman?
It was interesting because it still goes back to, like I said before, the powerful, not as powerful Superman.
Yeah.
Because technically Lobo would never been able to take it to that version of Superman.
Right.
In the past, like he'd be able to like semi hurt him.
Yeah.
With the new one they have established, I don't think he can even really hurt him. But with this version, like I was like, it's like Superman here is like, looks like he could actually lose this fight. I was like, he's really hurting him. He's really messing him up.
His whole face is messed up.
Not to mention, this is like a straight up street fight. Like it wasn't something like Superman was kind of used to and stuff. But he's been in from the beginning. They show his character's pretty gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like he's experienced pain in the past. Yeah, with the shotgun incident and stuff, and him burning out his clothes recently and stuff. So he's
used to a fight.
These things.
Yeah.
So and Lobo kind of slept on him too, like when it comes to that, because even he said it, like I didn't expect that,
Even when it came to him putting his fingers on his eyes and just like shooting it off, he was like, "Whoa, what the hell?"
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting and stuff. Like I thought it was a very interesting, like hardcore type fight.
Yeah.
That these two characters were engaged in. I liked it. It was also interesting too, the fact that all previous 6 issues was very heavily Clark was the center character, because Max Landis established this is a Clark Kent comic book storyline.
Right.
This one was like, okay, you see him in a Superman costume.
Finally in the full.
Yeah, like he's Superman now, and you see him. It's really about Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like about Clark being Superman now. Not Ray Clark trying to find his way to Superman. This is like Clark as Superman now. So I thought that was interesting and stuff. And you see like the world watching this fight and stuff and whatnot.
That's the big thing that I took away from it was this was the first fight that they saw at what he's really there for. And I always go back to he's like the champion, he's like the protector.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first one where they're like, this is a dude from outer space, he just blew up a building, and he's looks like he's gonna do it again, and Superman is protecting us, and he's sacrificing himself to protect us. And I think that was the key takeaway from that, especially at the end where everybody's like, oh, thank you. And there was so much admiration for him that you can see why people like him so much as they see him as the protector of not only Metropolis, but at that moment of the world. Because it's like, this dude, they don't, people on Earth are like, what is this Lobo character? I found it interesting that Lobo was the one to tell Superman that Krypton doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And he did it in such a like funny badass way where he's just like, you don't know? Are you crying right now? It's like, yeah, Krypton's gone. Although I think he was exaggerating, because he was like, Krypton's been gone for 500 years. And I was like, that doesn't make sense, because if Superman escaped when the planet blew up, he can't be 500 years old.
Well, it also depends on how. Remember, space travel and whatnot.
Oh, true.
He's in that pod.
That's
so
true.
Time travel differently. I do remember in
that's true.
other issues, like Krypton was like a very advanced race compared to Earth. Like they had their time.
So space travel would take that time.
Yeah, and and whoever if like that they ever play out the negative zone barrier storyline.
True.
Like those guys, like they're gonna stop aging as well. True. So it's different, like especially when you're traveling at those speeds and stuff. Like it's really hard to say. Remember, also one planet's rotation, like a day could be different. Like
true.
A day on like I think Venus is like I don't know, is like 52 of ours or something like that.
So it's like, different time periods for different lengths of times for different.
Yeah, so it could very well be 500 years and stuff. And I think they explore this in like other. I don't know if they did it ever in movies, and I know they done this in like maybe previous comic books.
Yeah,
but it does kind of make sense that it would be like that. But what I don't think will make too much sense is that someone like Lobo would know that. You know what I'm saying? Because like that would mean he had to be studying history. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And
well, he says it wasn't that far off from him. He was like it was like a neighboring galaxy.
That is true too. He said that him and his friends were playing like what?
Where the dead babies.
Stick hopping.
I mean, it was crazy. I really liked the Lobo character. I thought Max did a really good version, or kept with the version that we kind of know. He's just a hard ass. He's just like,
are you crying? Are you crying? Like
he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're crying. It's one of those things where, he's such a good character to write for. I also like the fact that it also gave a nod to him finally kind of accepting to let go of being Kryptonian in a way, because he was like, look, I'm not alone. He's like, oh, you're all alone now. He's like, I'm not alone. I'm a kid from Kansas. So it's like Superman finally accepting that he's human. He may have been born in Krypton, and he may have lost his biological family and all that, but his true calling or love, or where he thinks he's from, is Earth, is Kansas. So I like that they kind of close the chapter on that, because if you think about it, every issue was like him wondering about his family, wondering about space. Even the last issue was like, oh, I became a superhero because maybe they see it and they'd come back and get me. And now with this was like, no, everybody's dead. You can't get them back. And he's like, okay, I can accept that. Let me just move forward. Which Superman Returns, if you recall, didn't really give Clark that type of personality. He was like, I gotta go see if Krypton is still alive because I'm Kryptonian, and but that's for another episode. But the only thing I had with it, I hate to say this, I really didn't like the artwork.
Oh, the artwork?
I don't like it.
The costume was weird for Superman.
Just the drawings. There were some drawings that I felt were, and I get the style, don't get me wrong, I know there's a specific style, but I felt like the action and everything that was drawn could have been better. And I don't mean that the person doesn't know how to draw. I get the style. I just feel like there was something, at least for me reading it, I was like, I kind of wish this looked different, because it's not matching what's happening in a certain way. Like it was and it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. There was something about it. I was like, this really doesn't fit for me somehow. But that's my only gripe. That's the only thing that I would look at it and be like, maybe I would have done that differently. But I thought the story was good. I thought it was a great way to kind of end it in a way, but leave it open. What do you think? Do you think overall, what did you give American Alien?
The whole series and stuff, I would give it. Let me see. That's a good question.
Beginning to end.
I'd probably say I give it an easy 8. I think I would give it an easy 8. You know,
Definitely.
It's refreshing to actually see like a Superman comic book when I'm reading lately that I actually like. The last one I read that I actually liked was the Superman All-Star storyline.
Right.
Which is like one of my favorite ones, you know. Which it'd be real good if we ever do that one and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I put this definitely in my top 5, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my top 5 favorite Superman comic books, and well, now consider in fact it's considered Clark Kent comic books. So I guess it's my number 1 for that.
Number 1 Clark Kent comic book.
You know?
Yeah. Number 1 Clark Kent.
And the fact that, like I said, they left it open ended and stuff like made me actually want to see more.
Well, that's my next question. I give it an 8.5. I think I might even give it a little bit more. I don't know. I'm trying to figure why I would give it an 8.5 because I feel like he really encompassed Clark Kent a lot. I think that's the only thing that I would like to see more.
I like
Superman.
the build up, like for a lot of stuff. Like build up for this character, showing him like who he's gonna become. I like that. I like the hitting on the nail with the head with that.
Yeah.
My only issues would be like some stuff would just be like
a little more Superman.
Like not Superman. Like I felt like Clark Kent has never been explored really as like in the comic books. It's always really been about Superman, you know. Mm-hmm. The only time he's ever been explored is really in the Lois and Clark show. That was really it. And it was hardly ever Superman. This was like it's like a throwback for me like that. Like he must have probably watched it as a kid growing up as well. Yeah. You know, but I like that. So I think right now I definitely give it probably easy 8.5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's different, and I do like some things different, but at the same time I like to see some kind of like play on the characters.
On the character,
you know. And I like it. Like I said, like when he does stuff, like I feel like he's doing it for a purpose.
Right.
Versus like somebody else and stuff. Like, you know.
He knows the characters. He knows what to do with them and how to make it relatable in a way. And it's never boring. The dialogue is always interesting. The actions, the story is always, the pacing is always good. I mean, I don't know. I might give it a 9. I don't know. I think for me, the only thing would have been, I would have liked to see more Superman combined with Clark. I think we got a lot of Clark, but I might have wanted to see a little bit more Superman. But then again, it's only 7 issues, so I mean, it must be tough to choose.
Well, also the fact that, like I said, he didn't want to make Superman comic book. He wanted to make a Clark Kent.
True.
So he gave you what he wanted, and then when it comes to like the only thing would be, like I said, the ending. I thought it should have been about Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But then again, we don't know if he plans on doing something down the road with this.
Well, that's my next question. Would you mind having a Max Landis verse of DC? Like if DC were to be like, this is the Max Landis version of all of these characters.
I think it needs to happen because, like I said, one thing I don't like about where comics is going, Marvel does this, DC does this, Image has done this a bunch of times, is that and not just them, but like even like other shows, you know what I'm saying, like the Naruto's and the Dragon Balls, these characters I feel are very overly powerful, and then especially like in a DC Marvel-esque kind of universe, it's like you're gonna have them doing collaborations with like humanoid characters. You know what I'm saying? Like Batman's a human. You know, Green Arrow's a human. You're gonna have them doing like these collaborations with them. If this person's also powerful and stuff, it's like I really don't see the difference between Superman All-Star and what a Superman Prime is, because it's like, you know, like. Well, to me, he's like almost damn near as powerful as him and stuff. Like I see this character as being someone who's physically capable of like dropping Galactus or somebody like that. You know, like a cosmic being. You know, from like, you know, like taking him on. When I grew up reading these comic books, he was a character that was on par with like a Silver Surfer type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could be his herald and stuff, but. You know, I've always had a problem with like these really overly powerful characters. Like I always felt like there should be kind of like a level. And I like the fact that with his universe, he likes to bring it more back to reality.
Yeah.
Even though it's a comic book, but I feel like
he likes to give them power, but not be overpowered.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like how powerful, how fast do you need to make somebody before
it's too much.
It's too much. And then it's like, listen, the dude could still fly. I forgot what they said, how fast he was going to the moon.
That's pretty fast.
Fast, that's like crazy fast. Like I'm like, damn, like it's faster than any vehicle we have right now.
Yeah.
So
Landis first, you would definitely.
I mean, I think it needs to happen. I think it needs to happen.
I would love that.
Interesting to see his take on other characters.
I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love to see
probably him doing a JLA. I think that's what makes the most sense right now. It's like him doing Justice League of America. That'd be good if he does that.
That'd be a good intro to his versions of those characters, and then if they become popular enough, he can go and do a Batman or an Aquaman or Wonder Woman solo.
Yeah.
Kind of the way that you should do it in a comic, not really in a movie. DC doing the big thing first and then the small thing next.
And I think that's what he was doing. Like with this, he's like,
setting up stuff.
He's setting up stuff, like he's making sense of it. And then that, him being like a fan first, a writer second. I think he's like, okay, well, I'm a fan who's gonna write this, so I'm gonna go ahead and write it as if I was a fan, and I'm gonna make sense of this. Yeah, so I like it.
I agree. I mean, I haven't caught up on Rebirth. I know DC is just going through a new phase that they call Rebirth, where they're getting rid of the New 52, and it's a whole new story.
Yeah.
But as of right now, this is like my favorite version of Superman, and I feel Max should do his own Landis verse and see what he can do, and as far as, like you said, just keeping things toned to where they need to be, where it's not overpowered. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a good read. If you haven't read any of them yet, what are you doing? Go check it out. It's really worth it. It's a really good story about Clark Kent and his journey in becoming Superman. And, it's one of those stories that, stands out. It stands out as a really good, well thought out Superman story. And that's going to be it for our review. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. Let us know what you thought about American Alien. Again, if any other comics that you would like us to review or that you have read yourself that you want us to review. And as always, follow us on Twitter at @combo_convo. And that's going to do it for us. As we always say, we'll see you later.